What's up, everyone? It's your boy NR2003, aka Nathan Stapleton, and welcome everyone to Viva Las Vegas for the second time of Season 4 of the JBL Cup Series, and we are set for the MGM 467 laps underneath the lights this time at Las Vegas, and have to see what will happen, which is 3 races to go in the Season 4 chase. Earlier in the season, at race number 3, all the way back at race number 3, John Anders in the number 43 got the win in a barn burner of a race. And have to see what transpires here tonight underneath the lights instead of during the sun and during the day. I'm joined by Wassup, who we just called a barn burner of a Glen race yesterday and somehow flew from New York to Las Vegas in one day. Welcome to Las Vegas, and welcome up to the JBL Cup Series booth.
It's a very quick flight. Hello everybody, welcome to Las Vegas. Hopefully you got your cards in hand, because, my gosh, you're going to have some luck on your side, especially with the strategy and the racing and everything going into today's race. You know, it's definitely going to be one to remember. It's
definitely going to be a race for sure. Definitely going to be multi-group racing. That's going to be very interesting. In the first Las Vegas, it was very multi-group, but that was still on the day. Now it's underneath the lights, more grip. Have to see how the groups play into effect. This track is very bumpy. It's got some character, especially in 1 and 2. It's 2 or 3 lanes here, but the inside lane is not really going to be in 1 and 2. What do you think we will see with all the multi-group racing here tonight?
With how unstable and sensitive these next-gen cars are, I definitely think that the aforementioned bumps are going to be playing a big role into like how the cars handle, especially close together. So I definitely don't think you want to be side by side, and especially really close side by side or even 3 wide in a corner. That could definitely cause something, and hopefully not a crash, but you know, it seemed like the Fords have definitely gotten their A game. I mean, they occupy the front row and then half of the second row, so they definitely got something going. And hopefully, for their sake, especially for Zachary Fitzwater, who starts on pole, hopefully it works out. Hopefully they have their cards in hand and they strike gold.
Yeah, for sure. That's something that has been the case all season long in the JBL Cup Series. Ford dominance here. And I have to see if who can get the job done. Of course, speaking of Ford, they most recently won with number 10 of Skylar Taylor, first career win, and just their 4th start on the channel, in the Cup Series. And I have to see if another Straws car can get the win here tonight to start on the front row. Here's the points in between race number 20 on the season. Only 3 races to go until we crown a Season 4 champion. Fords have been dominant, but it is not a 4 lead in the points. It is Derek Campbell with a 10-point lead over Richard Kinghart in 2nd. Travis Crampton is in 3rd, 23 points back. Jordan Stout is in 4th, 27 points back. Scott Upton is in 5th, 30 points back. Joe Rakowski is in 6th, 31 points back. Blaine Watson is in 7th, 32 points back. Justin Seidel is in 8th, 34 points back. Trey Smith is in 9th, 41 points back. So realistically, 9 drivers into this race with a chance at leaving here as a point leader if everything goes right for Trey Smith. And then these 3 drivers really need to pick up here tonight at Las Vegas and Phoenix next week to at least have a shot at Homestead. Nathan Ullman, 10th in points, 54 points back. Aaron Abel, 11th, 58 points back. And Wyatt Walker in 12th in points, 64 points back. So it is very, very tight still here in the JBL Cup Series chase. And let's go ahead and get these drivers rolling off for race number 20 on the season and for the MGM 400. Make sure everyone is rolling off, and they are. Here is the top 10. We got Zachary Fitzwater and Ryan Dwyer on the front row, Stu Haas front row. And then we got the number 8 of Joe Rakowski and the 22 of Mitchell Collins. Row number 3 is Brian Nelson and Josh Remsen. Row number 4 is Noah Clifton and Juan Garcia. And rounding out the top 10 is Eric Drew and Roger James. So, race number 2 at Las Vegas for Season 4. This time it's underneath the lights. Who do you think can get the job done in the MGM 400?
Looking back at the very man who has this race sponsored, Joe Rakowski, the number 8, inside 2nd row. I think that he along with his sponsor, I think he has the odds in his favor. He has the cards in his hand, and he'll lay them down on the table and have a royal flush. I think that he is the man that will get it done today. Unless Zachary Fitzwater has anything to say about it, those are my two picks. Fitzwater, Rakowski. Coming to the green.
Well, last time that we were on the big track, Joe Rakowski won at Pocono. Here we go, Shaw's front row. Fitzy and Durrani, let's go. Green flag racing for the second time this season at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Brian Nelson got dumped at Charlotte by Travis Crampton. He's going to battle for the race lead as they are 3 by 3 by 3 by 3. But Fitzy will lead lap number 1. And here comes Noah Clifton on the inside lane. Holy smokes.
Clifton, Nelson, Fitzwater, 3 wide for the lead at Charlotte. This is pack racing. Absolute unfiltered pack racing right here. Can the 91, who, mind you, is a part-timer, can he make a 4-wide move to make it... Ooh, they make contact to make it up to the front, but I am shocked that they have stayed 3 by 3 by 3 all of this time. 3 laps in. I hope this sets what will be a fantastic race.
All we got to the 550 package. These guys are racing like it is crazy right now. Hopefully they can vamp back down here in a couple laps. Toyota 1-2 as Clifton and Nelson bound for the race lead as they've settled back down a little bit behind them, but they are still going absolutely bonkers right now. And we got Clifton and Nelson side by side, Drew and Williamson side by side, and you can just see the multi-groups here at Las Vegas. Easily 3 different lanes that work, and now Drew gonna get to the inside of Clifton as Nelson's gonna get clear with the one up top.
This is all that Nelson wants to see, this 3 wide side by side racing. This is all he ever wants to see. Some contact in the back, I believe they keep it straight, but Nelson has a monumental lead, still side by side between Drew and Clifton with help on the inside line. That is 2 part-time cars. That is incredible right there. Still 3 wide behind them. Unbelievable stuff.
Oh, Miles gonna get to the inside of Clark Bajano, the 3rd and the 55, one of the part-timers. And now Clifton's gonna get clear, and now he's gonna try to chase down Brian Nelson in the number 18. Got massive one's gonna try to dive bomb it in 1 and 2. What lane's gonna work, the inside lane or the 3rd lane?
I don't know if he was trying to slide job there, but I mean, I guess he kind of got side by side, but he didn't really complete that slide job getting in front of him. But with that inside line, there is a big reward there if he can execute it finally, though there is a big risk, especially with those bumps there aforementioned in pre-race. Look at the 91, Eric Drew. Bro has speed that we've never seen from a part-time car thus far. At least my time in the booth. I have never seen a part-time car this competitive with, you know, these front runners that race every single week. Also, where are the chasers? The only chaser that I see is Derek Hamill, and he is the one that needs to be up front the most if he wants to secure this championship.
Not that many chasers up front. All of them, for the most part, in the Hornet's Nest, 3 wide in the middle of the field. Hamill, the point leader, 10 points over Richard King. He's up here inside the top 10, and these guys are racing like it's quick. This is crazy stuff. Eventually, the tire should take it into effect here, but it has not quite yet. Clifton side by side with Nelson, Durrani all over the back bumper of the 18, as looks like it's starting to take into effect the tire, as we got a lot more double file now instead of triple file. As why might I say that the 11 forces the 4 went up into the 18.
Ronnie tried something, but whatever he tried to formulate did not mix well. Miles trying to take advantage of his misfortune, but isn't able to get there. Durrani, while he made a mistake, is able to clean up from it really nicely and is still in contention. You know, if that had happened any later or any sooner, he probably would not have seen, or he would not have moved on to tell the tale of how he saved it, especially up front. But Clifton just driving the heck out of that car. Nelson clears for second place. He's gonna die if it. No, not quite, but
thought about it.
He wanted to.
And one thing that I can't believe I'm saying this. Oh no, never mind. I'm not gonna say that.
Oh, and they're crashing big time in the mid pack.
Actually, not. Oh, hold up.
Oh, they're coming
Watch
back
out.
up. Watch out.
I think we're good.
Oh.
Oh no, Richard Kinghart.
Wow.
He's done. Second in the point standings.
He tried for Live Fast Motorsports, the little team that nearly could, as their dreams dashed.
And for this number 10, who has 4 wins on the season with all the with the 2 draws that they've had this season, they literally just won and now destroyed here at Las Vegas.
They did not have a good hand, did they?
Clearly not. Very unfortunate. I was about to say the first time all season there's 3 or 4 trailers up front, and right when I say that, they crashed first caution of the night here at Las Vegas, and unfortunately for the number 78, that's gonna really hurt his title hopes now with 2 races to go after tonight. Boy, oh boy.
Zachary wants to make it off of pit road as fast as he can, but here comes Clifton. 41 gets off before him. A slow stop for Fitzwater. I believe he might have made up some ground, but Clifton, a beautiful stop, beautiful execution, especially on that green flag run that we saw. But I wonder if he really wanted to see that through to pit stops around lap 20, but now this shakes up everything, especially strategy-wise.
Because now, let's see, they pit on lap number 11, lap 12. It's about 28 to 30 laps on fuel. They can pit one more time, I believe, around lap 40. And they should barely be good on fuel if this thing stays green until that point. But let's see what brought the first caution of the night here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway with some massive championship implications for Richard Kinghart in the number 78. Well, here we go. This weapon bring out the first caution of the night here at Las Vegas, and this one ends up being the 2 guys that battle for the win at Charlotte, and Collins just turned the number 10 up into Eric Drew, who finally made a race and unfortunately gets involved in this one. And it's just ironic that these 2 were battling for the win at Charlotte, and they take each other out here for the first caution of the night. Josh Williamson gets a piece of it into the outside wall, and watch the 78 right here of Richard Kinghart barely gets clipped. That takes off his corner panel, and somehow that takes him out of the race, and he is done for the night. And then something happens up here with the 31 and the 15. Might have to take another look at it, and they slam it into the outside wall, and Jordan Sal got a little piece of it, but not too bad. Eli Bright as well, but not too bad of a crash here. But major championship implications for that number 78 of Richard Kinghart.
Collins on the outside of Taylor turns down. That's about as blatant as it gets. 91 gets a piece of it, but look what the 15 and the 31 did. They just drove all the way down to the infield and crashed big time, almost getting into the 48 there. But luckily, everybody put the anchors on, and the only real victim of that was unfortunately Kinghart, who just the little team that could, but almost got it. Just so close, so far away.
Yeah, the Stanley 18 has been probably the main competitor for Jordan Stout this season for the Ford camp. It's been Stout and Kinghart, the 2 most consistent drivers for Ford, and 2 of the most consistent drivers all season. Unfortunately, it's going to be a rough next 2 weeks for Kinghart if he wants to have a shot at Homestead. I mean, a good race at Phoenix, but it's going to be a tough one. And gonna have to wait and see of what happens for that 78 team next week. But gonna be time for the restart with, I believe, the number 18 as the race leader. So let's go ahead and get to the restart here at Las Vegas. Welcome back to Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We will go back going on lap number 16 of 67 here for the MGM 400. Now, I'm going to do this like Charlotte was, so as of now, we don't know what happened to bring out the caution, but can probably assume it was 3 wide that unfortunately took out the Charlotte winner of Skylar Taylor, and unfortunately, massive heartbreak for Richard Keno. Second in the point standings, and he is out. He's going to finish dead last, and going to be a massive championship implications for that 78 team, who was one of the best cars all season long. We probably had the big 3, big 4 between Hamill, Keno, Stout, and maybe Upton. And unfortunately, one of the big 3, big 4 is out in this one with a couple of races to go in the championship. We got Noah Clifton, Dwight, Miles, Nelson, and Hamill, the point leader, inside the top 5 on the restart on lap number 16 of 67. We saw the start of the race, but we have another, we have a crazy restart. Here we go, back going on lap 16.
That was not a really good start by Clifton. Durrani, don't count this man out. He might be a rookie, but goodness, he definitely had speed on that last green flag run. Compared to Clifton, they were almost about equal. Now, Ronnie's going to take the lead going down to the backstretch. Is Nelson going to try anything? No, the 99 dives to the inside of Derek Hamill. Hamill's going to back off, try to get to the inside, going onto the front stretch, 3 wide back there.
Oh, we're wrecking again.
And they're wrecking once more behind. Oh, and that's the 24 and Ronald Kennington Jr.
Watch out! Oh,
goodness.
No. Well,
and that is it for the 10 car. And if you thought that they weren't done now, they certainly are now. Racing back, I believe they did not get the caution flag.
yeah, these 5 didn't. Everyone else did, and it will be Nelson once again leading us back to the caution. And I think that was because of the RCR. They both went down pit road for whatever reason, and I think that caused them to wet with Ormond in the back. Fairly unfortunate, and for Ormond, he was 10th in the point standings, and he had a good one. He had a good one at Charlotte, getting 2 positions in the point standings, but now this is probably going to take him out for the championship.
Ronnie was leading coming to that caution flag, or rather racing back, and somehow in that like 5-car pack that they had created there, got last. That's incredible how everybody just strafed past him and overtook him.
Yeah, very interesting right there for Durrani. Let's see, no one's gonna come down here. I will not be surprised that the 44 is the 23 of Williamson and the 22 all have damage, so they're gonna come down pit road. The 31, the 38 there on pit road, so it looks like, I don't know if the 31 has damage. I don't think the 4 has damage either, so I think a couple drives are topping off on fuel here, but most of these drives have damage from that crash, and very unfortunate stuff here. Toyota seems to be the manufacturer of the night, but look who have jumped up here. 4th in points, Jordan Stout. The man has been one of the most consistent all season long. In fact, the most consistent. He's up front as well. Same with Abel and Volkowski, and same with Seidel, who has no real end. He's up here as well. So Keno might have had tough luck here tonight, but Seidel, who I thought did have real damage, but doesn't. Now we got some newcomers up front out in the chase. Let's go ahead and see what happened for the second caution of the night fairly quickly after the first one here at Las Vegas. Well, I don't know what happened to RCR, but both Monaco and Witkowski on the restart just immediately go back down pit road. I don't know if they had to serve a penalty, or they have a loose lug nut, or something was wrong with the car, but both the 8 and the 3, RCR and shambles, and right here, it looks like it's Travis Crampton and the woman, and very similar to the first caution here, and just went up the racetrack into Ronald Kennington and just spun around. A very minor crash, but championship implications for Ormond, who he just wants this season to be over. He's had a rough chase. He's had a good regular season, obviously made the chase, but a rough chase for this 24 team, and unfortunately, this is going to really hurt his title shot, and it's going to take him out of it, most likely at Phoenix and Homestead. And then, oh yeah, and then Skylar Taylor just runs right into the 24 as well, so fairly unfortunate and big last second hit when the woman thought the crash was over, and a tough night for Skylar Taylor, fresh off of a win and now involved in 2 separate incidents here at Las Vegas.
Heading on board with the 42, Stephen Cullen. You see, everybody checks up, and then you can see how close it is from his vantage point, looking beyond. Goodness, that was almost disaster for the Petty GMS driver. Oh, a huge hit, especially full speed, man. That is brutal stuff, but Cullen might need a new pair of pants after that one. Rakowski made everybody check up, and they raced back to the line, and it was the 18, M&M's Camry, leading him back. It was Brandon Nelson.
Yeah, very unfortunate big hit. It ended up being the 45 the first time, and this time it's the 18. So have to wait and see what Toyota can do here. Can they get the job done here tonight at Las Vegas? Let's go back to restart and let's see if we can stay green this time here at Las Vegas for the MGM 400. Welcome back to Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We will go back green on lap number 22 of 67. 2 quick cautions in a row here after starting a 10 to 12 lap green flag 1 to start this thing. Hopefully we can have another green flag 1. Don't know what LCL did, but you guys will obviously see on the video. And unfortunately, Ormond and Taylor are both out of this one. Taylor won that Charlotte and now is out and going to finish in 38th spot. Nelson, Clifton, Juan Garcia, Owen Miles, Warren Dwight, Derek Hamler, Jordan Stout, and then the 55 of Clark Pastrana the third, Eric DeWill, and Chris Reynolds out at the 15 inside the top 10. And have to see what will happen on this restart. 3 Toyotas in the top 4. They've not been that good this season, but can they pick it up here at Las Vegas? Looks to be the case. Nelson through the restart zone, back green at Las Vegas.
Was another pretty equal start compared to his last restart that he did. Honestly, that was a better jump. Gap is still there, closing, but the 99 is giving Clifton and Nelson a huge run for their money. And now the 99 dives it. Juan Garcia, Truck Series regular, dives it to the inside. He's going to have help from Owen Miles and the 41 of Durrani. And Hamill, that inside line is a masterclass if I've ever seen one. Nelson loves the side-by-side racing. He knows that that's going to affect everybody else negatively, but him, oh, it's going to affect him positively.
Yeah, Juan Garcia, more known as a Truck Series great, always very good in that series, and has done all 4 seasons. Not really known for his JBL Cup Series side, even though he's had some speed, but not got the results that he's probably deserved at a handful of times this season. And here comes Owen Miles, going to take second away, or at least try to take second away from Juan Garcia, as I believe I saw the 3 of Eric Margo go down pit road. So something must be up with LCL here tonight, but their cars are not in good shape, because the 3 just went back down pit road, not the 8, but only the 3. Top 3 single file, as Juan Garcia was able to keep the second place spot. Miles again, they're going to try in 1 and 2. We're not going to make the pass that easily on this inside lane, because that is where all the bumps are in 1 and 2.
Well, Miles is trying that big reward, big risk kind of way. Now Garcia looks to the inside, and Nelson side by side going into turn 3. Miles tries to see an opening. Is he going to get one? Could they go 3 wide for the lead? Will they? Does he dare?
He's thinking about it. He's not going to get there though. See, can Nelson rip the top side in 1 or 2, or is Juan Garcia going to have it? I think Garcia's going to have it. Can he get clear? He does. New leader Juan Garcia. Barely, but watch out for Miles, watch out for Juan Duani, and this is the thing about Las Vegas. The first 5 to 10 laps of the race or restart is absolutely wild until the tires fall off, and we are seeing exactly that once again. Crazy stuff, and we're not even halfway through this thing.
How about the new chase incomer, Jordan Stout? He definitely needs a good run, and now he has help from the Aussie, Zachary Fitzwater. And now he's losing that help, and now he's gonna dive it to the inside. The 5 of Justin Zeidel there, trying to help in any way he can. Hamill splits the middle. The 55 gets left outside, and they almost wrecked there. They saved it. Good driving by everybody. And now Hamill, Garcia rather. That their back bumpers look very identical, but Garcia loves this 2 wide and even 3 wide racing behind, because that means that he can just cruise away. Look at this pack, 3 by 3 by 3 by 3 by 3, all the way back on the straightaway. That was incredible to see, but it can also cause crashes. Hopefully we don't see one. They tried last lap. They tried again.
Yeah, I believe that was the 9 and the 51-2 chases got sideways off turn number 4. The Taiwanese is kicking right now. I wish I had a button for that, because these guys are racing crazy when we are not even halfway through this thing. And Monaco might have some engine damage or something, because he's off the pace. The 38 is off the pace, so if we get a longer flag 1 here, lap traffic could play into a factor. As oh boy, they're gonna save it. They're going to save it. The Daytona winner of Logan Williams and Travis Crampton 3rd in the point standings with a small piece of it.
Oh my goodness, all of these chase contenders are getting such unlucky hands. I was going to say prior to that contact, Zachary Fitzwater, the pole sitter, trying to help his teammate Girani. He's going to dive it to the inside. Is there going to be any more contact behind? Does not look like that. Girani, if he wants to move down low, if he dares. He's got help there. Oh, Miles is going to shut that door. Not quite. Fitzwater almost puts the bumper to him, and if I believe, he probably did, knowing Zachary. Now he has Clifton's help behind, and now Zeidel's going to leave. Oh, there's a lot of jostling positions here. Just give me a second to catch up with everybody. But Diorani has definitely left this 2x2 train, and now is closing in on Garcia.
And one thing that near crash happened with Crampton and Logan Williams that calmed the field down, because now everybody is basically double filing instead of 3 wide, as Miles is going to whip the top side 20, do a dive bomb, can't get fed to 20. We got Chevy, Ford, and Toyota 1, 2, 3, all different manufacturers, and we got a couple of Jokers Racing Toyotas, and we got a couple of Suaz Fords up front, as Miles could try the inside lane again, but I think it's getting to the point of the one where the tires are starting to get old, and this inside lane's not going to work out. And watch out for Juwan, he's going to get a massive run on that second lane, and going to try and send it in 3 and 4.
The rookie, the Cup Series rookie, teaching the Truck Series legend some new tricks here. And now Durrani has some help from his teammate, Zachary Fitzwater, new leader in the 41. Durrani leads at Sin City.
Stewart has struggled this entire season except for the 10 machine. And the 10 machine won at Charlotte. And we got 2 Stewart cars constantly up front right now with Fitzwater and Wine Durrani, because Stewart Racing became hot at the end of this season to get to learn some information for next season. That could be the case, as Ronnie gonna clear Juan Garcia, a new race leader, the number 41. There will be a Stewart 1-2 here. I don't know, as Nelson gonna make it 3 wide for 3rd. And what lane's gonna look out here, the middle or the 3rd? And it looks like the middle is gonna look out as, oh my goodness.
Do they really want to do this?
No, they don't.
They thought better. If they were going to go 3 wide going into turn 4, I did not think that they were going to make it another lap. Side by side, the SHR teammates. Who's going to lead it? I think it was Durrani. Yes, it was. But now, this is important to their success here in this second half of the race, if they so choose to. Now they have Fords controlling the inside. And if you also notice, they have Fords controlling the outside. So maybe this can play into their hands perfectly. Now they're going to do this. This is fantastic, what they hope to achieve, and that's a win.
For sure, and we are past halfway, like you said, and now we have 31 laps to go here in this one, and I believe we should see pit stops around lap 40 or so, and if that is the case, then they will barely make fuel. It's 28 to 30 laps on fuel, so it's going to be close, but definitely going to be interesting. And Tyler is definitely taking it into effect now, where, yeah, it's about a second fall off, so that is exactly why the outside lane is really good in 1 and 2, but Fitzy with a great one off of turn 4, side by side. He needs to do a slide drop in 1 and 2, he's not going to get there, but he's going to stay side by side with his teammate here.
Not ignoring the fight for the lead here, but Derek Hamill, points leader. Very important that he's been holding that outside line quite significantly and quite well, to be honest. But now he also has another chase contender coming right behind him and actually going to his inside. That's Justin Seidel, who has, you know, not had the best of chases, but it's never too late to, you know, change things up as they go 3 wide for 3rd place. That's not going to work out. Get really close to the wall, still 3 wide. I wonder if this tire wear kind of brought them back together, eh, Nathan?
It may be. I'm not entirely sure. We might have to watch out for Beal, and I believe there's one other that kind of stopped while that second caution. Might have to see if they stay out longer than everyone else. Lap 40 now. See if anyone pits this time by. Still has 1-2. Fitzy to the inside, not gonna get there. And the fuel window is open. They can pit now, and they will be good for the rest of the way. And a lot of people look like they are diving down to the inside. Did I get the spot on? Does not look like it. No one pitted up front, and no one did pit. So I think it should be at any point, but no one is on pit road yet on that number 40.
Like I said, and when pit road gets active, it gets busy, and when it gets busy, it can potentially cause crashes. It has not been the first time we've seen crashes on pit road. In fact, most of the time that I've been up in the booth here, there has been something wrong on pit road. Are they going to dive in now? See, in the back of the pack, nobody dips to pit road.
Let's see here. Should have been at any given point from this time on, so just gonna have to wait and see. Yeah, the tire is really taking it into effect, so might have been off by a couple laps because of that second caution, so should be at any given moment. Juan Garcia gets past O'Miles for 4th now in the number 99, and look at Seidel moving his number 5 machine. He's now the highest chaser here at Las Vegas, as Durrani is still under fire, and I think I saw a couple of drivers in the back of the field finally pit on that number 42. That is Chaser White Walker and Roger James, the first 2 on pit road. And the final round of pit stops and the first round of green flag pit stops have begun at Las Vegas.
Yeah, I think that when the lap cars pit, then the lead lap cars pit. Let's see what Durrani and Fitzwater do. They stay out. Let's see what the Joe Gibbs cars do. They stay out. Here comes the 66. The 43 almost misses pit road, but I think he's going to get it just in time. You see the Chaser in the 9 car. Ronald Kennington Jr., who made it just by in part-time qualifying. He makes it in. Now I believe this is where the fun begins for a lot of these teams. Their pit crew on their pit wall are definitely firing it up. Fitzwater, he's not coming in, but his teammate Durrani from the lead comes into the pit. So does Garcia. The 2 a little fast on pit road, but I think he gets it rode down. No problem so far. Let's see the 3rd round for these cars that did not make it this lap. Let's see what they do.
And we have to wait and see what is the best way to go about this here. The undercut or the overcut. Have to wait and see. with this being the one and only green flag pit stop of the night. Fitzy's in, and looks like everybody's gonna come in. Clifton's gonna go wide and gain a spot right there. What a move right there. And I think I just saw the 8. Yes, the 8 of Lukowski is doing the overcut. He has not pitted yet, neither has the 38, I believe, with no hood.
I definitely have not seen this before. I mean,
actually, no,
Lukowski
he did pit
a while ago. He pit like a long time. Or did he come in with the lap cars before?
Maybe, and he is still. Well, I think he might have some damage because he did come down once already, and then his teammate Monaco also came back down, but they didn't. So I don't know if OCR with both cars have problems or what, but have to wait and see. He is being scored as the race leader. There's Fitzy off pit road, and here's some. Oh yeah, the undercut was the way to go, because
wow.
The 43 of John Andrews, who won in this the first race at Las Vegas this season, he's gonna be up front. Also, Walker's gonna be up front. Ben Watson's gonna be up front. Fisher, Gordon. But here's the thing: on the long one, with 20 laps to go, how is it gonna work out? Is it gonna be the new tires or the old tires? I have to wait and see. And also, everybody's a lap down. Joe Lukowski has lapped the entire field, and now he's gonna come down pit road.
So he never made that stop. This might actually be RCR supremacy at its finest. There goes the leader. There goes the 43 in. Or there goes the 43 by. 8 is in. We'll see what his pit crew does. Very interested. I'm not optimistic just yet, but this is very interesting. It could work out. It could backfire horribly. We don't know until, you know, he exits out and in whatever position he's in.
Bold strategy. This is Las Vegas for a reason. Have to try something here. It is gonna be 4 tires, and there's the 43.
Oh, there's the leaders. There's the 43 right there, and he's gonna pass him. And the 8. This strategy did not work at all. But side by side for the lead, this is 66 going by the 43, and yeah, that strategy call by the 8 was not good, and there's still the battle for the lead. A huge push from the 20 to the 43. Amazing stuff going into the corner.
John Andrews, he's trying to do the Las Vegas sweep here. Andrews has struggled through most of the season, but he won here in the early part of the season, trying to get 2 for 2 at Las Vegas. Where did Walker come from? Where did the 9 of Ben Watson come from? All these guys did the undercut, so they might not have as fresh tires as some of these guys that pitted late, like I believe Fitzwater and some others, so that might play into a factor here. But right now, Andrews is out front, and there's the 22 of Mitchell Collins. He fits some of his damage, but he's going to be in the way for these guys, not for the 43, but he's going to be in the way for the 66 of Troy Gossett, though.
I mean, the whole strategy sheet that I had at the beginning of the race was already in jeopardy. Now it's certainly out the window. Find it out. Yikes. 22, Mitchell Collins, all in the way of Gossett and this lead lap battle here. Here comes the 38. Has absolutely no nose. Goodness gracious.
Oh my goodness. These lap cars are being a pain in the
neck. Brings everybody back up. This whole inside line is lead lap cars. Now is the 20 gonna get stuck 3 wide for second place, but remember the 38, no nose, very slow. What's gonna happen off of turn 4?
Fisher battled with the 38 at Indianapolis for the win, and Fisher was the one to get it. Fisher trying to get his second win as a non-chaser in this chase. And Gordon, he's up here in the number 1 machine. Believe he won yesterday in the Power Truck Series race at the Glen. So he's trying to go back to back in both 2 races in a row. Crazy stuff here at Las Vegas. And I don't know what strategy is going to work out at the end of this. The undercut with the overcut. But boy, oh boy, here comes Eli Bright in the 48. He's been the odd man out. 400 this season, only one to not make the chase. He's up here, and here comes the 12 of Jordan Edwards. He's up here, and Fitzy in the 14. I believe he's one of the guys on the fresher tires. He's moving his way up here. Noah Clifton is up here. Zydell. Clay Smith is up here. Great one from the 51. Derek Hamill. I don't know where he's at. There's Scott Upton. Oh, there's Derek Hamill. So, Hamill's not really the... He's up front in 21st. Upton is ahead of him, so he might gain a little bit. See, Trey Smith is ahead of him, so he's gonna gain, but Smith is 9th in points. Zydell is 8th in points, and he's ahead of him. So I think Hamill might be in good shape, because all these chasers that are up front are deep in the point standings. Besides Watson, Watson is in 7th in points, I believe. So maybe, just maybe, not entirely sure here, but we are coming up to 11 laps to go, and I am at a loss for words. I don't know what's going to happen here. Late in the going, underneath the lights in the BetMGM foreign, but John Andrews is trying to do the Las Vegas sweep here tonight.
I'm at a loss of words too. You look at this top 10, this lap that they just went on. Everybody is within a second in the top 10. You have the 43, John Andrews, leading and could go back-to-back sweeping the Sin City races. You have Memphis Fisher, who has shown speed on the mile and a half, just has not executed them as well as they hoped for, as now pressuring Memphis Fisher is now Stephen Collin, who tries to do whatever he can with the push from the 66 of Tori Gossett, now behind that crew of the 66, and now Memphis Fisher looks to the inside. Is he probably going to pressure for the lead? Not quite. It does. Stephen Collin has anything to say about it?
Boy.
Yes, he does. Almost 3 wide for the lead. That would have been incredible.
He's going to help his teammate in the end of it. Pay GMS Masterclass right there now. Oh boy, want to go see him making 3 wide through the middle. Ben Watson stuff on the top side. Crazy stuff with less than 10 laps to go here. And now Fisher might have to watch out for him, trying to close in on Andrews, but this is kind of what happened late in the going in the spring race, or in the first race at Las Vegas. Once Andrews got up front, no one could touch him. And the same thing is happening once again. Andrews trying to go 2 in the row here, Fisher in 2nd, Collin in 3rd, Juan Garcia in 4th, Gossett in 5th. Great one for the uncharted driver of the 66 machine. And here we go, trying to make it a pay GMS 1-2. Now going to try to make the passbook in 3 and 4. Oh boy, that was close between the 12 and the 44 back in the just outside the top 10.
Is this a stroke of lady luck? Is this a good hand? Are all the favors and all the odds in John Andrews' way? This is a fantastic drive, and he could go back-to-back if Fisher does not have anything to say about it. Matter of fact, Collin also came storming up front. I don't know how that card came to life, but he also has a chance. Like I said, mainly everybody in this pack has a chance if they can just get the run and do it well. Andrews blocked the run from Memphis Fisher there, but now that's going to open up the door for Stephen Collin. He's going to look to the inside. Now they're going to be side by side once more. Andrews loves to see that. That's been the story all day long. As now Miles goes to the inside of Garcia with help from the 66 of Gossett, with help from the 2 of Elijah Gordon. 3 wide back there. Zachary Fitzwater trying the outside but not working. Andrews, through all of that, still leads. That is incredible.
I don't know what page GMS has at Las Vegas, but I want their setup. They are 1-2 here at Las Vegas. Andrews won here earlier on in the season. Andrews is back out front, and now the 42 is in 2nd. Can he steal this from his teammate? He might be the only one that can at this point. Coming to 4 laps to go at Las Vegas. Who can get the job done here? And now, who knows, we might be some of these drives that pitted late. They might be at an advantage, and Stephen Collin might be one of them. that pitted a little bit later than some of these other drivers, as this thing is not over yet. Coming up 3 laps to go in the MGM 400.
No, sir. This is going to be down to the wire. I feel like this is going to be a fantastic finish if I've ever seen one. Is now only a handful of laps remain. The 11. Owen Miles looks to the inside. Is he there to make the run? Yes, he is. Side by side once more for second place. This is all Andrews wants to see. Now
What is it?
back there once more. That's going to be tight. Now Miles has his car woken up once again, but now side by almost side by side, but to the back bumper, those teammates. Does Colin have a run? With drafting help from Miles, he certainly does, but is he going to be able to use anything from it? No, Miles bails on him. To the inside, Owen Miles side by side with Stephen Collin for second. 2 laps to go at Vegas.
2 laps to go. Can Andrews go 2 for 2? Will his teammate have anything to say about it? He went to the outside because of Miles, and here comes Stephen Collin in the 42. He's trying to steal from his teammate. Side by side at Las Vegas. It'll be Andrews going 2 for 2. It'll be Page GMS going for 2 for 2 with 2 different drivers. Or Miles steal it. Final lap at Las Vegas.
Andrews used up all of his stuff trying to defend the whole of the pack. And now he is stuck on that outside where you do not want to be. Does Miles play the role as a dark horse? He's to the inside, but with help from the outside of his teammate, John Andrews. But now...
he's there!
He is there! Side by side! Coming off of 4, they're still side by side! The edge to the 42, Stephen Collin! Is he going to get back to the line? Yes, he does! Collin wins at Vegas!
The outside lane. Collin gassed it up. I think Miles got tight. And it's going to be a Page MS sweep at Las Vegas with 2 different drivers. Andrews won it in the spring or the first race, and the 42 of Stephen Collin gets it in the second one. First and third for Page MS here tonight. Wow, almost a full finish. What a race here at Las Vegas. 2 quick cautions that happened at the same time of each other, and other than that, it was clean and green and fantastic stuff here at Las Vegas.
That truly was. That was about as good as it gets here at Vegas, and especially on a 1.5 mile track. Wow, that was an amazing finish. Only 1/10 separated Colin and Miles from glory. That was, I mean, incredible is the best word to use, but that's frankly being overused at the moment. But, wow, teammates going at it side by side with 2 laps to go, and even on the white flag. This is stuff that you do not see often. I mean, when's the last time that you've seen teammates going side by side to the wire?
It's been a while, that's for sure, but fantastic job from Page Jimenez. At the end of the night, it came down to that pit strategy and during the green flag pit stop. We have the drivers like Fitzwater, Ryan Dewani, Owen Miles, Brian Nelson, among others, that were up front before the green flag pit stop happened. But after that, a lot of them disappeared. Miles came up front late. Same with Fitzy, he gets 7th. Zidell up front late, bounces back. But other than that, I think it was to the point where the tires was just starting to look out for some of those drivers that did the overcut. But they just ran out of time, so unfortunately the guys that did the undercut were at a disadvantage just so slightly for the last 2 or 3 laps. But what a night, what a race here at Las Vegas. Collin gets the win, Miles 2nd, Andrews 3rd, Fisher 4th, Garcia 5th, Clifton 6th, Fitzwater 7th, Gordon in 8th, Troy Gossen in 9th, and Zidell in 10th, Watson 11th. Edwards was one of his best ones in a while. Good one for that 12th machine. Clark Pajano the 3rd and 13th, Trey Smith in 14th, Upton, Drew, Bright, Walker, Hamill, and Williams rounds out the top 20. Travis Crampton's going to be the last one on the lead lap on 34th. That's Duff Waite 2nd in points, had a rough night tonight, and 3rd in points, had a rough night. So going to be interesting of how that cycles out here. Collins in 35th and Hartman in 36th, only 2 1 lap down. And then apparently Monaco blew up at some point, so he must have had something major go on in that 3 machine the entire race, and it finally went up in smoke and we didn't see it. And then Skylar Taylor, Ormond, and King Hart, all the 3 cars out from crashes. What a race here at Las Vegas, and what's your final thoughts before Phoenix next time out in the desert?
Hands down, that was probably my favorite race to commentate in the JBL Cup Series in 2023. That was incredible, and this sets playing field for the next 2 races leading into the championship race. This is, I mean, I've said it every time that I've been in the booth lately, but this is going to go down to the wire. This is going to be a fantastic championship battle, because if Stephen Cullen in a Petty GMS car can outrun Justin Seidel, the highest chase driver, I mean, everybody's essentially on that lane of that level playing field. This is just going to be a fantastic battle that is going to go all the way to Homestead, and it's going to be a remarkable, entertaining race that everybody should tune in for. It's going to be a heck of a race.
Well, the points are in, and let's just say it's close from second on back. Dale Campbell has a 24-point lead over Ben Watson, who jumped up 5 positions. Now he's second in points, 24 points back. Justin Seidel is the third in points. He also went 5 positions in the points and is 25 points back. Scott Upton is in 6th, 26 points. In 4th, 26 points back. Richard Kinghart went from 2nd to 5th now in the 78, 31 points back. Jordan Stout is in 6th, 32 points back. Trey Smith in 7th, 36 points back. Crampton minus 38 in 8th. Joe Wachowski minus 42 in 9th. So still 9 drivers for the shot, but Hamill with a 24-point lead over the 2nd place Ben Lawson. And these 3 fair hopes are over at this point. Play for Abel, Walker, and Ormond. They are minus 62, minus 63, and minus 74 respectively. And my question for you before we leave here at Las Vegas, with Hamill having a 24-point lead, and then everyone else from 2nd on 9th being very, very tight, can anyone chase down Dale Hamill, who has gone hot and consistent late in this season?
Nothing is off the table. Especially with how tight everything is. We've seen some of the highest of highs and the lowest of lows in this season so far. Nothing is off the table, and I feel like every driver that is in distance, like I'm talking 2nd to possibly 4th, they all have a shot at, closing in and trying what they can going into Homestead. Putting their chips in the center of the table, they're all in, and it's going to be amazing. It's going to be a fantastic battle.
Yeah, for sure. Don't really know where Watson and Seidel came from. They just got great ones here tonight, so 10th and 11th respectively. So I mean, interesting if drivers like Upton, Stout, Crampton, if they can bounce back up, get a good race at Phoenix. Hamill has a bad race at Phoenix, and then we could have a 6-car battle for the championship. Who knows? We just have to wait and see. Who knows? If anything, Hamill, who I believe almost won at Phoenix earlier in the season, so that could be scary for the championship contenders. If he ends up winning, that could be bad going into Homestead. I have to wait and see what happens. I do believe it will be Bronson up in the booth again for the penultimate race of the season for the JBL Cup Series at Phoenix. That's going to be a wild one. Until next week at Phoenix for both trucks and Cup, we'll see you guys with crunch time here for Season 4. Bye!
Bye-bye.